Parts. Picked up a bunch of stuff for the 240. Got some Z32 calipers. Got a welded rear diff set, subframe set, some spacers, got axles in here, all kinds of stuff, and more being delivered today. So let's pop this thing up and take the wheels off, get to work. Gonna get started with doing the brakes on the S14 here. So these are the calipers from the red S14 that I had. I pulled them off before the car was gone. However, this car previously had some Z32 brakes on it, so I scored some of these. So this already has Z32 rotors on there. I'll see if they're about the same size or if they're different from these ones, but first let's take the wheels off. Alright, so this is the stock S14 brakes versus the Z32 brakes. They're definitely quite a bit bigger. You can see the outside there. The caliper's quite a bit bigger too. So let's get these guys bolted up on here and go from there. There we go. Those guys look good on there, and I'm guessing I'm gonna have to pop a spacer on there to fit these wheels. But we'll plop them on there and give them a shot, see how they look. So everything needs to be hooked up back here yet. I need to make sure these are the right lines. For some reason I feel like they're supposed to have a banjo bolt, but I did get some chase bays lines with the car, so I wonder if those are the ones I'm supposed to be using. Check it out, there you go. You got brakes in the car. Yeah, they look good in there. Gonna keep cracking on everything else that we have to do. Next step is we're gonna pop the back end up and get the rear subframe back out of the car and do a little welding. Alright, a couple bolts. Here we go, got the rear subframe out. So I'm gonna wire wheel a lot of it. There's just like, some crustiness on here. I have new lower control arms, and then we're gonna mock up the gusset kit on here, and what else? Oh yeah, we have some new bushings to go in for the diff and for the subframe mounts here as well. So we'll get this guy pulled into the garage and start cleaning it up, I guess. Just sitting out here by the old subframe campfire, enjoying my morning, thinking about kind of smells. I'm gonna move. All right, my homie Dan came over. We took apart all the rear end stuff here. Got all of the bushings areas melted out, and realized I hadn't filmed anything for a hot minute here. I got the GK Tech weld in subframe reinforcement kit, so just going to town. Not really the greatest welder, but good enough for some rear subframe reinforcement. Well, after I'm done, I'll clean it all up and throw some of that rust prevention paint on it. paint day. So we're all set up here in the garage. Got the subframe kind of lifted up here on some wheels and an old box. Gonna mix this stuff up, and we're gonna apply a coat of this across everything, and then after that we're going to try and figure out a way to get the these poly mounts pressed in, pushed in, whatever you want to call it, into all their little mount homes. So gonna get to painting, let this stuff dry for a few hours, and move on to the mounts. Pretty ambitious, but gonna try and get the white car on the ground today. Some fresh paint. All right, I painted this thing on both sides. I'm gonna clean up some of my mess in here, and then we'll see if we can maybe hang this thing up in some fashion and lay a little bit of paint on the underside where it's been sitting on this cardboard. And it's kind of cold today, so I might throw a heater on it, close the garage door, and let it sit in here for a few hours before we put the bushings in. So we'll get bushings in, diff in, get control arms and hubs and stuff on. So I'll have to get the new hubs in, but yeah, a lot of work to do yet. All right, got this guy hung up from the rafters here with a couple ratchet straps. Gonna pop a little space heater on. Got the door closed back here, and yeah, I'm gonna give this guy a couple hours to dry. Then we're gonna pop the knuckles and stuff in. There we go. You got everything's all painted and dry. However, it got dark out. Kind of ran out of time with stuff this weekend, but I got a kit for pressing in these bushings. So we're gonna try and get this done this next week and get the car back on the ground. A little bit of slow progress, but hopefully next video will have a little bit more action in it for you guys.